Next page. Okay. Oops. It's the same concept, and then we simplify. So let's just do 9 and 13 and 14. Okay? So you don't have to do the rest unless you want to, but we'll do 9, 13, 14. Okay, so x is 5 and y is -9. And before I plug those numbers in, I'm putting parentheses around the variables. Okay, even if you have double parentheses, that's okay. So we'll have negative parentheses 5 squared plus 7 parentheses, another parentheses, -9, close it, plus 2. Okay, and especially if you are, -1. Especially if you're someone who's plugging this into the calculator and pressing equals. I didn't say you couldn't do that. You can, but it's not gonna always work unless you have these parentheses where they need to be, okay? Especially with some trickier calculators. So let's see, is this 25 or is this -25? Okay, well, if you're looking at the exponent, it's only touching the 5. So 5 squared is 25, and the negative is still in front, okay? That's a difference between if the whole thing was in parentheses, okay? That's a difference. All right, so sorry, I probably should have done my P first, but that's okay. We can do P and E at the same time. All right, so P parentheses or G grouping symbols, -9 plus 2 is -7, okay? So I kind of did 2 steps at once, which is obviously okay as long as you're doing them correctly. All right, so my operations here are a multiply, add, and subtract. So we got to do M first. 7 times -7 is -49. So now we're at -25 minus 49 minus 1. And you want to subtract from left to right. Okay. So that is going to give me, and you can use your calculator if you need to, 75. So -75. Okay. All right. So let's do 13 and 14. And that'll be enough evaluating, I think. All right, 13 has some square roots. Okay, so still the same rule. We're putting parentheses around W and V before we plug in. So we'll have parentheses. Okay, so we'll have 2 to the third power minus 4 times 18 all over the square root of 2 times 18. Okay? So you're going to simplify the numerator or the top, simplify the denominator or the bottom, and then at the end, simplify the fraction. Okay, I think I said we were going to do 9, 10, and 13. That's okay. Let's just do 13, and I think that's going to be plenty. All right, so 2 to the third. We need to do exponents before anything else on the numerator. That's 8. So now we're at 8 minus 4 times 18. Okay, and on the denominator, 2 times 18 is 36. So we're at the square root of 36. Okay. So from here, we still need to simplify the top. So you have to multiply before you subtract. 4 times 18 is 72, so we'll have 8 minus 72. And then we can just take the square root of 36, that's 6. Okay, so keep going. 8 minus 72. Sorry, guys. I get lost. Not sure what happened here. Okay, so we were at 8 minus 72 all over 6. Okay, so 8 minus 72 would be negative 66. Is that right? Negative 64. My bad. All over 6. Okay. So we need to simplify that. Okay. 2 goes into both of them. So dividing by 2, we'll get negative 32 over 3. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what my page was doing. And doing math at the same time. All right. There we go. Okay. Simplifying expressions. So we're going to distribute and then combine like terms here. It's very important you do that in the correct order. So distribute and then combine like terms. All right. Let's do 16, 17, 18. All right. So 13, the first step is to distribute. So that 2 needs to be distributed to the 3n and the minus 7. Okay. So 2 times 3n is 6n. I'm going to put plus 6n because it's positive. And then 2 times negative 7 is negative 14. So minus 14. Bring everything else down. Okay. And then now we're going to combine like terms. So our like terms, we have positive 6n and positive 19n. That's one set of like terms. And then 13 and negative 14, another set of like terms. So we got to combine them. And I'm going to combine them in standard form, which means I'm going to put the highest exponent of the variable first. So n's would come first in standard form in this case. 6 plus 19 will give me 25 n. And 13 minus 14 is negative 1. So that is fully simplified because n's and 1's don't go together. They're not like terms. So we're done there. Okay? 17. Definitely want to talk about this because there is a negative in front of your second group, your second binomial. Okay? So when that happens, you do need to distribute, but I would put a 1 there so you know you're distributing negative 1. Okay, so that'll be negative 1 times 8, C, and then negative 1 times 1. Okay, but the front group still has 6 to distribute. So you got to distribute twice here. Okay, and we'll do all of that in one step. So 6 times C is 6C. 6 times negative 2 is negative 12 or minus 12. And then negative 1 times 8C is negative 8C now. And negative 1 times positive 1 is negative 1. Okay, so our like terms are C's. And then they are numbers. Okay, so 6C minus 8C is negative 2C. And then negative 12 minus 1 is negative 13. That's all that combines there. Okay, 19 is very similar if you want to try another one. All right, 18. This is just a combined like terms, okay? So, Y's go with Y's, and Z's go with Z's, and try to think about how will we maybe write this in standard form. We usually follow alphabetical order, so Y would come before Z. And I'm going to put a 1 in front of that Y because that's the coefficient. All right, so combining these, we have negative 15 plus 1. That's negative 14Y. And the Y is there. It doesn't become Y squared. We're adding the coefficients or the front numbers only. Okay, just like negative 7, Z plus 9Z is a positive 2Z. Okay, that doesn't become Z squared. It's just Z. All right, If I had negative 7 zebras, if that existed, which it doesn't, plus 9 zebras, I'd have 2, but they'd still be a zebra. They wouldn't be a zebra squared. Think about that. Okay, so that's it for our second lesson of notes. Star any problem you need help with and come to class with questions if you need help.